Okay, we got these two oil pans here. Finishing up the baffle perforating. So, this is oil pan number 2. We need to still put our hose through here yet. Here's the pickup for it. This is our new style pickup here with a solid line. Instead of rubbing a hose like this right here. Here's the hose we're going to use. This one goes in here. I still got to put the holes through the plate here. This is pictures from baffle number 1. I mean oil pan number 1. It's on the FXR now, so I can't copy it. But this is the same design. So basically, I got to cut these grooves into here for the oil line to come through, and then it goes into the pickup right here, which bolts onto the bosses down here in the bottom of the pan in here. There you go. So it bolts in there like that. I got to make up the fittings that hold the line and get all this stuff mounted up. So that's version 2. Version 3 is we have a solid tube in here now that goes through every baffle with an O-ring surface here. See how there's an O-ring in here. That helps keep vibration down and holds everything together better. This is a new pickup, or not the pickup, this is the new, well I guess the pickup where the oil pump comes up, picks up for the line. So instead of running this one with a hose coming out here, this one here is our solid tube connection. Valve in over here. And hole right there. It's supposed to drop in there. I'm getting tired. It's 1:30. It's not in the afternoon either. Alright, well that goes in there. This one here goes into here. It's got the same bosses down here that holds it all. So that will go into there. And then pops in here. There's an O-ring inside there to help seal that too. So this is version 3. So I'm already doing for version 4 because I didn't like how they made this. Right now they got the oil line going this way, this way, this way, this way. Too many 90 degrees. So what I want to do is I want to shortcut it and just put one long angle right up through here and eliminate all these stupid ass 90s like this, which is really bad on flow. So here's what we got right now. Now what they need to do is we're going to have to cut this sharp edge away right here and put a fillet in here like my fingernail right there. So you put a fillet in here instead of the sharp edge, kind of like he did right here on this pickup. How you got to fill it in here. Pull back a little bit, you can see better. So you can see how it follows my fingernail right here. So if you do that, then you can cut away the surface right here. It should be right here, and that'll allow you to put the straight tube right through here. So basically our flow channel would be coming through like this. So that gives you a nice straight shot. Flow is probably double the flow because it doesn't have to go like this, up here, this way, over here, and then up that way. Every time you make a 90, there's a sharp turn down in there, and it makes it so it doesn't flow very good. So basically what we're going to do, we want to extend this back a little bit. And our baffles right here. Baffle number 1. Okay, so that goes in there like that. We have this much area right here that we can extend this back right now. Put it within about 50 thou or so, 30 thou of that baffle. And that allows me to extend this back here. So the tube seal that goes in there like this, which we're losing, will now come back to here with the extra material. So we can make this all work and still have our seal. That's right down in here, which is buried in there. It's hard. That groove right there. So this needs to be extended. We need to put a fillet here. Obviously change the shape of this, so we'll eliminate that, just make it a straight angle. And then up in here, we still have to have an oil seal up here in the gasket. Go ahead and we'll put a tapered pipe plug right in here. So we drill and tap this area out here. So we take the pipe plug, screw that in there with Loctite on it for permanent installation, and then we go ahead and mill this surface here flat and across here flat after the plug's in it. So that way it'll be a sealed surface, and you drill right through the plug so you have eliminate all the mismatches. And then this hole right here, which is right here, that holds it all together, so this doesn't move around and seals. Right now there's only about 2 threads in here that hold this in. If we do it like this, we can go ahead and drop this thing down about a 3/8 of an inch or 1/4 inch, and you can put a bolt in there that's this long. So you can have a 1/4 inch of thread. So that'll give you something to hold this in a lot better with too. So overall, it's just a better design. It's going to help all of these things be better. The other option, instead of putting the plug in here, is you can do like they did here where they welded the hole up right here. So that's another option. You can weld just the tip of it right here up and then remachine everything flat. So anyway, that's the differences. So that would make it flow a lot better. Next, all you got to do is extend this out a little bit, put a fillet here on the other side, cut that corner away with a chamfer, and that should be pretty good to go. Now on the oil pickup here, we're not getting a lot of flow area here by having this right like that. So I like to be able to taper it out to where I do this line. So to make that possible, instead of being a square cut right here, like he's got it, go ahead and put a fillet like he's got right there, all the way around this thing. That'll allow you to funnel shape this in here, give a little more flow here, and that'll help that flow a little bit better. We can't do anything about the 90° here, that's just in there, but we can at least get some more volume right here. And then go ahead and cut this out and put a screen in here, just like you put a baffle plate up on here. It's got this baffle plate right here, and you got this lip right here that holds it. We can go ahead and cut this for the same style lip, and then we can put some perforated material in there, kind of like this stuff right over here. Get some perforated screen, and that'll give you a filter to keep anything from coming up and blocking this hole. So, because there is a little bit of a gap between the bottom of the pan and the pickup down there. So, we can go ahead and make that too. So that'll be version 4 or 5 on this part, I forget. But anyway, that'll take care of that. The only thing that really matters here, we just have enough room here to put a flat bolt in here, hex head. So if you just cut it kind of with a radius cutter, but more oval shaped for this, that should give us what we need. This can be extended forward a little bit, it wouldn't matter. It's not going to hurt it. So that could get rid of that lip, because right now the tube's in too deep. I don't like that either. So if this here move forward 3/16 of an inch, that'll take care of the problem right there with the tube interfering with our pickup hole. So just a couple little things that make a big difference on our flows. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get this cleaned up a little bit and played. Oh, actually I didn't go over the baffles, did I? Yeah, I forgot. Okay, these are the baffles with the holes, the hole pattern. Excuse me. So we have a more or less blunt surface here, and then we have a tapered wedge surface here, which lets the oil flow better. Going this direction here, coming through this to the back of the pan. So this is what it looks like from the view that the oil is going to see. So the oil will drain all the way back to the pan, and then when you hit the brakes and go forward, you got a blunt surface here, so it doesn't want to go quite as quickly forward. So that makes it flow better. Plus the extra area lets the bubbles kind of settle out a little bit. So now the hole pattern on this was a 350. This is my spec sheet here for making all this stuff. Basically the holes are on a 350 center line, square pattern, with a center hole in the middle, with a 175 offset in the pattern. So what that means is this pattern right here is 350 square. We're 175 from the bottom of the plate, come up to catch the first row. Then we got 350 thou between each hole going that way and up for the square. And the center hole is 175 offset, which makes it equal pattern all the way around. So everything's a 350 square, but it's offset 175, which is half of 350 if you didn't figure that out yet. So that gives you a nice square pattern. And it looks like this from the other side. So that's how you do that, and you just come across until you clear. Now on this baffle here, we started at our vise over here. We zero this out on the edge, and we come in 400 thousandths for the first hole and 175 up, because our zero datum is right here in this corner. So if you're a machinist, you know what that means. So this first hole is 400 over, and then 175 up. And then you have a 350 off hole each way down. You come up 175, you go over 175, and you pick up the next group of holes, and then they're 350 apart all the way down. Then we come back up, another 175, offset back to 175 from the first offset, and that gets the top of your 350 square. So you just do that all the way down the line. So that just duplicates across the whole surface. We got a 5-hole pattern. So you got 3 holes up, 2 holes up. So it's 5 total, but it's 3 high. So that's how that comes out. On the other one, to make it come in correctly because of the hole, and also how the oil pan is made, we went ahead and instead of being 400 offset, I'm only 300 offset. So you see how the difference in the hole is a 100th difference. So this one here is only 300 from the edge. This one's 400 from the edge. The reason we did that was over here. Look at your oil pan. Right up in here. Get confusing. Plus being tired doesn't help. Okay, when you drop these things in here, I'll get this out of here now. You can see how you got the shoulder right here. See how this comes around? So that partially blocks that hole. So I went ahead and moved it over for the 100th thou to allow the oil to get the first hole to be uncovered. It also works out that that's where the tube went through, so it puts the tube right in the middle of where you're at, pretty close. It's not dead center, but it's within about 50th thou being centered. So that allows me to put the hole pattern all the way over to here, equally spaced. Okay, on the other one, back here, we don't have that problem because it's more unshrouded. So you can see I can move the hole over 100, and we still got a distance from the edge. Plus, when I did that, it shifted it over, so now this hole pattern here works out pretty good around this one. And you can see how that's almost even going around the pattern. So there's your 2 different ones. So you can see how this one's almost centered, and this one's almost centered, and they're 100th thou offset. And that's all because these are different offsets from here to here. You know, things are just different. But it turns out to be, it's about 100th thou shift from this one to this one. So you move the pattern over that 100th thou. So anyway, so that's your hole pattern. And it takes a while to do each baffle. It takes about 45 minutes to an hour to do each one after I figured out what I was doing. First one took about 3 hours. So this is the other pan. I had to do these ones also. Same kind of idea, but a little bit different offsets. But this one's pretty much this one's 400 on both. This is the older design, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and clean this up a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead and assemble it. We'll come back and show you what it looks like all assembled up.